Greetings. I see you've found your way to the dark outpost. Welcome, travelers. I'm David Zublick, your host on this excursion to the darkest outposts of the human mind and beyond. Thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate it. We've got a great show coming up for you today, and we'll tell you all about it in just a moment. But first, a 30% increase in heating costs is expected this winter. And that is going to hurt some low-income families. Now, I know that in many parts of the country, people are wondering, where is the cold and where is the snow? We hardly had any snow so far here where I live in Michigan. And today, right now, if I check the temperature, it is 40 degrees outside, heading for a high of 50-something. And it's supposed to cool off a little bit, and we're supposed to get some snow over the weekend. Nonetheless, it's a little bit crazy. But if you're living in a low-income household right now, or you know someone that is, this 30% increase in heating costs, when they kick in, and they will, as the winter gets colder, usually things get pushed back a little bit to January and February, it's going to hurt some low-income families. Now, gas prices, as we know, have also steadily increased over the past 2 years. No sign of slowing down there either. One family paid $2,300 for their gas bill last winter. And they now expect the bill to be, are you ready for this? $3,000. Now look, folks, if you're not making all that much money, $3,000 is a huge chunk of change. Officials claim the surge in gas prices is actually due to the economic recovery. Demand from last winter is also being cited as a possibility, and slower than anticipated production. How about deliberately slowing down production? Look, I want you to check something out. I want you to get this thing. It's a mini heater. I've got one of these right here. Take a look at this thing. This thing is absolutely amazing. It fits in one hand. Okay, one hand, and it heats tremendously. This thing is absolutely amazing. It can instantly heat up a room within minutes. And one just like it is heating this entire studio right now. It's very, very comfortable. Now, traditional central heating takes hours to warm a room and can cost a fortune. This device does it absolutely quickly and cuts down on your heating bill. And you can save up to, ready for this, 30% with this device if you have it. And again, I do highly recommend it. I simply bring it with me to wherever part of the house I'm going to. I always have it on my desk in the studio while I'm working, and I can easily move it into the kitchen, the patio, or anywhere that I want warmth, including the garage, which is one of the places I'm going to be putting this heater tomorrow as I assemble my brand new snow thrower in anticipation of a 5 to 6 inch snowfall that we're supposed to get here New Year's day night into Sunday. Look, I've partnered with this great company, StayWinterWarm.com, to give my audience 50% off of their own miniature heater during the holidays. So go to www.staywinterwarm.com or just click the link in the description of this video to get you there. Again, staywinterwarm.com. Check it out. This thing is, I can't say enough about it. It's great. It's absolutely great. All right. We're going to get to some news and information in just a couple of moments. But before we do that, I'd like to take a second or two, if you don't mind, to honor our nation and its flag. As always, our nation is in a state of distress right now. I'm hoping 2022 will be a much better year. Don't count on it, though. So until that does happen, we are flying our flag upside down. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, before we get to the news headlines, an opening salvo, if you will, what I'd like to talk about today. You know, we've had a lot of guests on this program talking about various topics. We had Dr. James Fetzer talking about the Kennedy assassination. He did what I consider to be a brilliant analysis of what he thinks happened. But then we have another guest like Michelle Stefanik, who believes that it was a body double for JFK that was assassinated, that it was perhaps a body double for RFK that was assassinated. We have different suspects. Take a look at some other things. We just passed the anniversary again of the attack on Pearl Harbor. All right, in December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. We've had many, many major events occur in this country over the course of its history. And not just here in this country, around the world. I've come to the conclusion, and let's see if some of you perhaps will agree with me on this, that every major event that we have witnessed in the history of the world, and in particular the United States, is a psyop. Every one is a psyop to cover up an even bigger story that is buried because of the one we think we're following. See if that makes any sense. We have learned over the course of these many years that Franklin Delano Roosevelt knew in advance, way in advance of Pearl Harbor's attack. He knew that we would be drawn into World War II. This whole thing was planned. The Kennedy assassination, when you really think about it, 50 plus years later, we're still looking at who the suspects are that might have been involved in this assassination attempt. The planning, the conspiracy, the people who executed it, the people who planned it, the reasons behind it, multiple reasons. 9/11, we're looking at 9/11. We never learned the truth about that. We probably never will learn the truth about it. We'll never learn. I don't think we'll ever come to a definitive conclusion on who killed JFK. All of these things that we have been covering. Now, we're at the end of 2021. If you have some time, any of you that are students of history should go back and take a look at your history books, and not the ones that are rewritten for you by the mainstream media and these liberal collegiate professors and authors. Take a look at some old books. Remember, if you want to learn something new, what do they tell you to do? Read an old book. Go back in time and take a look at everything you were taught in school and realize that over the course of time, is any of what you were taught the truth? Is any of it the truth, or is it all a lie? Are we really living in a matrix? Yeah, I think we are. And it doesn't matter what the story of the day is. It doesn't matter what event occurs. We need to look beyond whatever is going on to see what this event is covering up, what the idea behind it is. What is it seeking to prevent us from really knowing about? Because that is what I have come to the conclusion is really happening here. Every major occurrence in United States history was designed to prevent us from knowing about something else that was going on that they really needed, they, being the powers that be, needed to cover up. And where real history is being made is when we can uncover the real story, solve the real mysteries of what is going on. That's what we attempt to do here in this program. We attempt to show you that everything you have heard from the mainstream media, from politicians, from celebrities, from many people that you even know and trust, is a lie. Look, I like Donald Trump. I voted for him twice. He won the first time. He lost the second time. Or did he? Did Donald Trump really lose that election? Is he coming back? Or are we supposed to believe he's coming back? Did he deliberately lose the election? Is it possible that he was only supposed to serve one term? Is he really the great savior that those of us who have supported him believe that he is? I'm not saying that he's not. Please don't turn off the channel because you say, oh, he's turning against Trump. No, I'm not. I support Donald Trump. But what I'm asking you is this. Can we really trust anybody? A lot of people are looking to Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida right now, as the possible next savior. Is he really? Seems to have done a lot of great things for the state of Florida. Those of you who live there love him, and it would appear rightly so. But is he the man, or is he just another puppet that is either already corrupt or will become corrupted once he gets into office? Think about that. COVID, a major psyop, right? Designed to cover up what? Depopulation by the power elite. And now we're about to be introduced by NASA to the possibility that we are already living among extraterrestrials on this planet. Was COVID designed to prepare us for that or not? We don't know. But think about this, folks, because it is extremely important. Everything we learn turns out to be a cover for something else. The whole Jeffrey Epstein, the Ghislaine Maxwell story. What has it done other than to distract us from more serious issues? And it doesn't always work because many people have awakened to the fact that we are living in this matrix. There was a study just out recently indicating that more people are concerned about child sex trafficking here in the United States than they are about COVID. I hope that study turned out to be true, because as important a story as COVID is, Perhaps the entire thing is designed to cover up bigger stories like the major disappearance of millions of children around the world, and hundreds of thousands of them in the United States every year, trafficked into a system where they are brutally raped, tortured, murdered, and having their organs harvested and their adrenochrome harvested. All right? Are we really taking a look at what are the important stories? And as we come to the end of 2021 and get into 2022, I want to make a promise to you. I fully intend to go beyond the headlines of even the stories that I bring you in 2022 to make sure that you're learning the truth about things you need to know. We're going to go to the stories behind the stories. We're going to talk to more people like Brad Olson, who we had on yesterday. A tremendous response from you folks to his appearance. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. The first 2 hours of the show yesterday were archived on our Rumble and BitChute channel, so you don't even have to be a Dark Outpost Inner Circle member to see this interview. I wanted to expose you to this excellent author. Look, there are things we need to uncover. There are mysteries that need to be solved. And over the course of 2022, I hope to help you, help me, to not only save as many children as possible and bring to justice those who would harm them, but also to solve the mysteries of what's really going on behind the stories we are being told are the most important stories. I promise you that. And I hope that you'll continue to join me in 2022 as we continue to do that. And that is today's opening salvo.